To progression. Today I'll be making a barn with some horse stables inside it as well. This will be part 1 of my ranch project, which the next few progression videos will be focusing on building different parts of the ranch. I may build multiple parts in a single video or just one part of the ranch. For today's build, I used some acacia wood planks, some jungle wood planks, some striped birch wood, some hay, some coarse dirt, some podzol, some birch wood slabs, plank slabs, some jungle trapdoors, spruce trapdoors, and some regular oak wood fences. You can use each of these to recreate my build or substitute them for your own, but without further ado, let's begin! So I did this build a little bit differently than my other builds. I planned this one out a bit more and wanted to use World Edit to lay the groundwork. I try not to use World Edit on my progression videos, however I decided to use it to make a flat area for me to build on. I got a bit carried away with World Edit for a bit, but I stopped using it early on, so that's good. I started off with the skeletal part of the building first and went from there. I wanted this build to include a loft, stables, and 3 pens for basic ranch animals. I did end up changing some of my ideas in the end though. Now that's enough of me rambling on. Feel free to give me suggestions for builds in the comments down below. Anyway, I'll just let you enjoy the video now.
Alphanerd production. Alphanerd production. Alphanerd production.
here is the finished product. It took me a while to finish it. I did add those lanterns in. I wanted to originally do torches, but I think it looks more natural having lanterns instead of torches, and it flows better with the overall design of the build. But here is the main entrance of the build with the two large windows and the entrance, and then over there is the livestock animals, and over there is the stables, but let's go inside. And here is the main hallway of the barn. So you can see I put lanterns everywhere because it got really dark, and it seems putting a lot of lanterns everywhere instead of a lot of torches or glowstone or regular lamps makes it seem more rural, I think. But over here is the horse stables. There's 6 of them. I put one of each over there. There's livestock animals here. This is the pig pen. I put a little bit more pozzodzol in here and coarse dirt to give it the feel of mud. And then there's hay. I made sure there was enough fences so they couldn't jump out with the hay. But here is the sheep. There's some black, gray, and brown sheep in here. There's a little bit more hay and grass over there for the sheep. And then over here is a little storage area with a barn cat. I put a bunch of barn cats in here because I know that on real barns they have barn cats in there and they hunt the mice and they stay in the barn. But actually I do have a mule and a donkey over in the stables as well, and there's 2 horses in there. One of them was a filly or a colt earlier, but I think it grew up. But here is the tack-up area with all of the horse gear. I wanted this to simulate as like a helmet, the jeans that you usually have to wear when riding a horse, and horse boots. There's no real shirt that you wear when you're riding horses, but I do know that you wear those stuff because I used to ride horses. But over here is the the leads that I use to represent like bridles and things like that. But I do have horse armor over here, but there's also saddles. There's nothing in these barrels, but I do have some hay and some barrels turned about to be like supplies that are brought down for the animals. And then over here is the cow pen. It's pretty big. These are all just the indoor pens. I will later on build a big like open pen that they will be taken to like later on during the day, but these are just like sleeping quarter areas. And then that's about it for downstairs. Usually just more storage areas, more things, a little bit more lanterns, and then just the horses with all along their over on the sides. I did put saddles and leads to basically represent that these are their saddles and leads because horses usually have saddles fitted to them. But let's go upstairs now. These are the stairs. And here is storage room number 1, the first floor. I put some more cats in here to be barn cats because this is a big barn and a lot of animals and a lot of hay, which means more cats to catch the mice. And there's just, this is like a strictly storage area only area. Like there's no food storage. It's only supplies. So it's just shulker boxes to represent like crates. Then I've got barrels and chests over here. And there's a bunch of cobwebs because people do not clean their storage areas and barns really that well. But up here is the attic, and this is where all the food is stored. There's a bunch more barn cats over here. I think there's like 3 up here. But there's more cobwebs because, once again, they're hard to clean. But this is also like a main storage area, so there's like extra saddles, extra bridles, extra horse armor, and things like that. And this is where all the food is stored. So it's just more hay, more cats, more boxes, and more barrels. And then that's about it for the barn. There's not really much to do, but I can show you the outside of the barn and the specific details of each of the pens, which I will go do now. So we just have to go down to the horses. I'll show you the donkey room. Here, all of the horse pens are basically the same as this. So don't want him to get out. I didn't name any of these just for aesthetics, but they're basically, they have a bunch of wood coming in to be like the floor of it, and then there's hay. This hay is meant to be like the ground floor with like covered in hay that they usually like to lay on. There's food for them. There's a little bit more hay, and then there's the water trough, and then that's pretty much it with some lights and things that separates them. They're pretty high. And then over there is the mules. This is the donkey, and over there's the horses. I had a horse and then a colt, but I think it grew up. This is the one. Yep, this is the one with the grown-up horse. One of them was an infant before. But over here is the pig pens, which I can show you in a little bit more detail. All of these ones are basically the same in design, just changing the texture of the ground texture in order to make it a little bit more in turn. So like here, see how there's more coarse dirt and pozzodzol, while over here there's more grass, or more regular dirt because they're eating the grass. And over here there's even more grass and flowers. Here, hold on, let me clear that up for us. Don't need any of that. But yeah, as you can see, I put some more flowers and grass in there for the cows, and there's just more regular grass over here, and there's more dirt and FASSounds to make it look like mud. And that's about it. There's not much else to show about this house, except, yeah, there's not much to show about the house. I can show you the exit of the other side over here, but that's about it. Because, yeah, this barn took me a while, mainly just because of how big it was, but it's very simplistic in design. Just more pathway here, and here's the entrance. I'm going to use this here as kind of like the main exit towards the fields. Like this way is going to be where all the corrals are, and there's going to be fields over there, and then over that way is going to be where the house is. And so basically that's where the animals and the wheats are going to stay most of the time. But anyway, that's enough for today. I'll see you guys next video.